feel.
Yeah, like, because I saw him in a jar. That's how you felt in the church? Because that's where I just saw when, so this video, even though it's not live, is, I was just watching this video just popped up for a guy who left the Freemasons, and he, I will post it on the, post it up for the Patreons. Stevie wants to talk too. Post this on Patreon. Oops. Hold on, guys. Okay. Hey guys. So this thing on, first of all, isn't this the cutest phone in the world? Hello. I mean, like, you can't see anything cuter than this. I mean, hello. I went to buy a flip phone and I got this and said, oh yeah, lighting's nice. Like, yeah, lighting's nice. Oh, can I actually have a tripod? So sitting here getting ready. I can actually see me through the mirror better. You guys get to watch me do my hair. So getting ready to go over to the office and do class tonight. And this video popped up of this guy. I've mentioned him before. His name's like Ben Hinito. And I really like him so much so that I had Bill contact him to see if he wanted to do some sort of like a joint, kind of like a joint class or something, but he's too big of a deal. He didn't get back to us. And he's a young kid. He's like, the time was like 26, so he's 30 now. And his video is like 30 years old and complete or something. And I was like, what an ass. He's sitting there smoking a cigar with some funky glasses on, kind of like, I'm done with my mission. And as I'm listening to him, I'm like, wait a second, so am I. The earth didn't blow up. We're all good. Like what I didn't share with everyone was what I saw in March of 2018 was that we were all going to get blown to smithereens, that Trump was going to be assassinated and we were going to go to war, basically. So that was one of the timelines that I saw. When that didn't happen, because the planet shifted and all the light workers were doing their jobs and bringing people up into, like a higher state of consciousness, obviously Trump is still here. And I don't share my opinions about Trump online because everybody disagrees with everything. Whether I like him or don't like him, it doesn't matter. People will just hate me if I share my opinion. So what I do like about Trump is that he brought out everybody's shadow. And what the guide shared was that regardless of who the president was, whether it was Hillary, sorry, my opinion just came out on that one, or Bernie, whether it was one of them, and I only say that because they both are ruled by the Illuminati. But the whether it was them or whether it was Trump or whether it was whoever else was running, the person that's president this time, their job was to be either so obnoxious or such a healer that they would bring out everybody's worst qualities. So in our book, The Bible Speaks, where we interview John and Peter, me and my dad, they talk about how the frequency of peace was emitted into the barbed wire fence that is around Earth. And they compare it to all of us being like in a prison yard. Find it funny that they call it a prison now that we know it is a prison. It was a prison. So in Wednesday night classes, I've been cutting everybody's chains to the old Earth, to the astral plane. And you guys literally have chains around your left ankle. And you're chained into a mirror. So you're living in a mirror. You know how they say if you break a mirror, you have 7 years bad luck. That makes sense because it's taken us since December of 2012 to catch up with the fact that the planet ascended. So December 2000, it was actually 11/11, the planet ascended. So 11/11/11. So that would be 2008, November of 18. And then December of 2012 would be what, this coming December? Yeah, 19, December of 2019 will be a full cycle from one layer of consciousness to the next, which is 7 years. So that's how your guardian angels save your life, because you are existing inside of your own body in the past, 7 years ago. Reality in the present. That's why I keep saying I am present in presence. When you are present, you're technically, well, you're technically 32 years in the future, if that's not too weird. So anyways, we were just watching this Mason thing, and we were watching this guy talk about how we were watching out this guy talking about how he's done with his mission. He's become fully awakened. He's aware that he is present. He is aware that he can create anything he wants. He's aware that he can go back into the past and change the past, which is actually the present right now. Like me when I lost my keys and I couldn't find them and I kept trying to look to see where they were. So I went into the future, into my real self, and I looked in the past to see where I found them. And then I was able to find them. I remember I was posting on Facebook, anybody, if you can find my keys, blah, 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 blah. So astral imprints were being left everywhere, so we couldn't find my keys. So I finally just went, oh, I know, I'll become my true self, the real me, that's 32 years in the future, and I will look to see when I found them on this date. So if you're a psychic, do yourself a favor, state the date before you start doing readings, because you may be reading from the past and you may be reading from the future, and you may be totally screwing people over by saying, oh yeah, it looks like you're going to be pregnant in a year, when really you're trapped in your 2012 self, or you're trapped in your inner child from 1999, and they're really not going to have a kid for like 20 years. So it's really important that we get time down, because time doesn't exist. But when we're living in a linear world where there's an actual timeline and you're wanting to read that timeline, you need to actually like state which timeline you're on, the optimum timeline for them, optimum timeline for yourself, and then read that one. And then also let them know the second they fall off that timeline, the reading is no longer correct, because we create our own reality. So I was telling Marla, when Madison says, I can't do this, tell her there's no such word as can't. There isn't. And there's no such word as trying. I'm trying to save money. I'm like threatening people with a curling iron. Forget Marla. I was like my mom with the knife in the kitchen. She's like, and Jeff, you have to. He's like, whoa, unarm yourself. So Back Bart, what's your real name? Can I cut your chains for you? Okay, I'm going to use this as a mirror. I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat anymore. Back Bart, will you come to class tonight so I can cut your chains? Oh, of course it's Jacinta. I knew it. I was like Back Bart, and I was like, are we sure that isn't Jacinta? So Jacinta, do you still feel the chains? I know you. You're my twin sister. You're my Aussie twin. Oh, hey, Cheryl, I just wrote to you. I can't remember what. But check your messages. I responded to you about something, and it was nice. I can't remember what I wrote. Hey, Mary, how's it going? Hey, Jacinta, yeah, I feel we cut them too, but I feel like when you go into yourself, see, I think what we're going to do tonight in the meditation is we're going to dissolve the 1999 scream that a lot of us have. So when that girl wrote that email yesterday and said, like, I am the voice for all of tier 4, and Audrey said, yeah, there's 82 of them, because Audrey reads me my emails when I'm like running around doing stuff. If I would have read it myself, I probably would have been like, oh, wait, she's just trying to stick up for people. And, hey, Rashay, you're posing as your hubby?
Or are you one of those that shares a, don't get me started on the people that share Facebook accounts with their husbands. Hey Greta, how are you? I'm much happier now that you guys all wrote to me. I was so sad last night. I like cried myself to sleep. I was so upset because when I was 19, all my friends did an intervention on me, and like 12 of them, and I never talked to them again because they told my parents that, you know, I was on drugs, and they're like, hey Shauna. And so that message yesterday from that girl that was like, you know, I am the voice for, I am the voice representative for all of the grandfather tier fours. She literally made it sound like she was speaking for everybody, and I just literally pictured. I realize this now. All of my friends coming to gang up against me, and from that day forward, when I was 19, I I didn't have friends. I didn't trust anybody. Um, I'm just stealing your charger for just a second. So anyways, my whole point of this video was that I just asked Marla to look because Marla is extremely clairvoyant, and she's like undercover, super psychic, intuitive medium. What does it say?
Part of the Bad Bitch Club.
That's Marla. Marla made the Bad Bitch Club. That's awesome. Here we go. She's part of the Bad Bitch Club that won't come to class, that won't meditate, but she's still super clairvoyant and the best healer I know. And no, she will not do a healing for you. She'll tell you to do it your fucking self. And that was her words, not mine. Yeah, she'll say, take responsibility for your own stuff. I'm not clearing anything for you. They said, hello, beautiful Marla. But that's why Marla is my bulldog, and she's my protector and my guard dog and my wife. She's my hubby number 2. That's what we oxes are all about. Oh, that's awesome. Mary just said that's what we oxes are all about. Yeah, take care of your own stuff. But me being the water sign, Cancer, snake, Libra rising, and Libra everything else. See, I already came over here and it's dying, and see, she just remembered to come over and charge it. So my hair is almost growing anyways out of here. So we were just watching this guy who said he left the Masons, and it just popped up on my phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what Brian joined before he died. He was a Mason for a couple years, so of course, we got it toned. My hair got toned. Shelly turned it orange, but I got it toned. The hair fairy. The hair fairy. No, she asked my hair. The hair fairy. Hasn't been able to fix it yet, but we're going to. Anyways, squirrel. Okay, thank you. See, that's why Marley needs to come to class, because she'll yell squirrel at me when I get off track. Janice needs to come and throw a dog toy at me. So the point is that the Mason, I looked at his energy, and to me, I'm wondering if you guys want to look. Without giving him his name, I'm just going to create a template of this person. So let's call him Mason 1. So if you want to right now, just tune in, go up to the 7th plane, or go up to, you know, the creation room isn't even called the creation room. It's called the white room. Okay. So let's just get real again. It's called the white room. They named it the creation room for the book, because they wouldn't let me call the creator self the soul, and they wouldn't let me call the higher self, they called it source. So the higher self, so source in the book is the higher self. The creator self is your soul, and the creation room is your white room. So go to your white room, make sure it's purely white.
Yeah, not your red room.
Not your red room. No, like I'm just kidding.
No, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, red room is like where it's like boom to come out. You turn on the 50 Shades of Grey music. What's that one song? Now we got Marla and Squirrel. All I had to say was sex. Oh, Cheryl says from another hairstylist here. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Anyway, so you guys go into your white room, creation room, say I am my zero self. And then and then feel or say or sense, I'm in my white room, make it all white. And then say, show me Mason template 1, and tell me what you guys see. It was a guy, and I'm basically making, so you'll see a person, and then just tell me what you see. Mason template 1. Grayscale grid. Interesting. What do you mean by grayscale? Because I think that's kind of what I've been seeing on Bill. I see him as like newspaper almost. Scuba diving mask. Now that's interesting. Gray colored dull. Okay. Scuba diving mask. So that makes so much sense. Roche, the scuba diving mask. This is why I'm going to love these collaboratives. Scuba diving mask, because remember, God looked upon the face of the deep and created a firmament, and the firmament was below the water and above the water, and then he created land amongst the water that was in the bottom. So there's land and water, that's earth. Then there's firmament, which was the sky and the stars and the sun and the moon. And then there's more water above it. So the scuba diving mask feels like it belongs in the water below, which the Bible they consider to be hell. Well, that's what he looked like. Jonna, you're extremely clairvoyant. That's exactly what he looked like. Wow, you're really, really, really accurate, Jana. That's exactly what he looked like. Black rays coming out of his lower half of his body. Laura, oh, wow, that's cool. Okay. Oh my God, class is gonna be freaking awesome tonight. Which Simpsons character, Jacinta? Because I see in cartoons too. Jacinta, do me a favor. You're in your second density. Say, take me up one density into my white room. If you're seeing in cartoons, you're seeing in your usually in your second density. Like I see like He-Man, and I used to see in Simpsons too. Just all the stuff that our brain is programmed with before we're age 7. Going down a hole with black stuff coming out of it. Okay. Black garb like a priest. Ooh, Shauna. Scuba diving mask, grayscale grid. Okay, now I want you guys to do template 2. So template 2 was, oh, I'm not going to tell you. Okay, so now look at Mason template 2 and tell me what you see. Oh, you can say like cancel, delete, or void, or imagine like wiping it out or whatever, so you don't have any imprints. I usually say 0 imprint, 0 fingerprints, 0 trace. In my mind, I don't say it out loud. So it's like any traces of the old reading is not imprinted. Any fingerprints are like wiped away. I don't know, that's just my thing. Sunburst with dull middle area. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. I'm going to wait until Morphe answer before I tell you what it is. That's, wow, okay. So would you say that dull middle is a burnt out sun? Or would you say that that's like a missing solar plexus? Color change to brighten up sunburst colors. Change. Awesome. Oh my God, Marla, this is gonna be so fun tonight. This is like crack for me if I was to like crack, blockage like. Okay, okay. Okay, so the interesting thing about this guy is he's a 3rd generation Mason. All right, so when you initiate into the Masons, you basically. Okay, Jacinta, see you tonight. Love you, girlfriend. Okay, so, oh, because Brian was a Mason. Sad. Oh my God, because he's there with you, Greta. What is he saying? Only let his true self connect with your true self. Do not let him into your field. He looked at me like, Like I'm gonna step into her field. No, I asked him to. He didn't want to. Remember, he was like, "Get me the hell out of her." Remember, they had to pull him out of me, or pull me out of him because I wouldn't let him go. The skeleton kneeling, I keep hearing. Interesting. Okay, so with the Masons, I think they kind of turn over their future generations too. And so what I saw was when I was watching this guy talk, was I just saw the outline of a person with nothing in it. And I was like, oh my God, he has no soul. Like he has no second density. He's just a one density being. Um, and then hey Lisa, how's it going? It's not even class. It was just my own curiosity about something because Marla is like super, 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 super clairvoyant, super amazing healer. And whenever I'm here with her, I'm like, hey, tell me what you see with this. And she doesn't look from my field, so that's good. A lot of other people will look from my field, and she doesn't. So anyway, so I saw him as just like a rim. Marla saw. What did you see? Marla saw him with like a rim around him. And I was like, does it look like wait, what did I ask? I can't remember.
You said, does it look like hollow?
Oh yeah, does it look like hollow or does it look like whatever you said? It looks like it's holding him in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it looked like it was holding him in because then I said, okay, now the second thing you're gonna look at is him free from any initiations. And so that was the template too. So him without any Mason initiations, and then you saw him.
His spirit was like,
Oh, his
whatever was jumping up and down, excited.
yeah, his spirit was jumping up and down. So then I asked her, where's his spirit? And I saw it in a jar. She said she saw it inside of him. Where inside of him? In his heart?
Yeah.
Okay. So in his first density self, his heart is actually down. If we're our 5D self, his first density's heart is down where Janice gets her sciatica stuff. It's like right here. It's right here. The heart's right there on the first density. So yes, I'm spread eagle, Marla, and that's how I get followers. Anyways.
That's how I felt in the church, was trapped, like there was nothing bigger than me.
Yeah, Marlo isn't part of the church, and she said that's how she felt in the church, like there was nothing bigger than her. When you said the solar plexus gone, I saw a body in half at first. When I saw it, looked like a picture of Genghis Khan on a golden throne. Ooh. Okay, so Cheryl, let's look into that tonight. The Genghis Khan thing, that's really interesting to me because I've seen him before and I don't know what it is about him. Tonight's gonna be so fun. We're just gonna literally start on time. I'm just gonna be like, okay, close your eyes, let's meditate. I'm not gonna make you guys journal or anything. We're gonna do the meditation. I'm gonna do the house clearing before. So tonight is meditation, and then afterwards, what the guides want us doing are intensives afterwards, and that's why I was saying that instead of being $25 or $30 classes are $30, instead of being 30, they're going to be 50. And that's why I was saying that the tier 1 people or the tier 4 people could come for 25 because you still get your $25 off. And that we did this a while back. We made the classes $150 and we gave you guys $100 credit plus the $25 off, and it was just confusing and annoying. So this time I was just like, just pay 25 to come instead of 50. Non-Patreons, it's 50, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a meditation, get you guys all like amped up into like your most clairvoyant self, your most intuitive self, kind of get that all into your field, remove any blocks, any chains, anything, any baptisms, anything that basically is keeping you contained within yourself. So Shauna will have to look to see to make sure that you don't have a missing solar plexus. Because what it seems like to me is that the spirit, which is the piece of source that's perfect, that's inside of us, that's happy and free, and the spirit doesn't have a brain. It's just like, it's just happy. It's just source. It's just like it's the bliss. It's like blissful. It's very happy. But your brain will not register it unless you are tuned into it or intend to tune into it, and you can't get to the spirit. Oh, you can't get to the spirit unless you go through Christ. and Christ meaning forgiveness. So you have to forgive yourself in order to connect with your spirit. So the church is going to do whatever they can to say, we forgive you, but you have to give us this money or you need to do this. And what the guy was saying in the thing was that the Masons, like he went through all these degrees of learning. That's mind. You can't get out of the second density if you're in your mind. And that's why a lot of you are like, I can't see. And I'm like, because you're putting your mind into it, you're dropping down to your second density, which means all you'd see is like crazy octopus, leviathan, demons, monsters, astral squids, the scuba mask people. That's all you'd see. And you don't want to see that because that's your emotions. So the key is getting in line with your spirit. So tonight we're going to be connecting with our spirit, and then afterwards you guys get to share all the crazy stuff that you see, and I'm going to tune into it, and we're going to go back and forth and ask questions, remove blocks, and do a bunch of stuff. Because believe it or not, class is really only supposed to be an hour and a half long, and we stretch it by saying 6 to 8. But then we've been going until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So I was like, I can't do that anymore because I want to see my kids. But if it's for me learning, I'm all about learning. I'm going to do class from home tonight across the street, but I got to get to the office and go fix all the Patreon stuff so everyone's not freaking out. Which, by the way, everyone, you paid this month for Patreon. So it's good until next month. So if you are like, oh my God, I can't afford to pay $100 for the Heal Me Later, you're still on my $55 list, which means you're still going to get a healing, which means it's still good till the end of the month. And those of you that can't afford to do class, please ask for a scholarship, or please, Sue's here. Sue, hi. I'm going to call you. They have their own Mason club. It's called the Eastern Star, which we all know who that is. That's Lucifer. The Eastern Star is the morning star. No, the Eastern Star, the Sisters of Job, are those that fell from the eternal son of Helios. And the eternal son of Helios is the morning star. The morning star is the father. The morning star fell and became Helios. Helios is our sun. We live in Satan's world. And that would explain why when we went to Christ consciousness, the sun burned up, the sun is gone. The sun is gone. Like, ask to see the sun, you guys. It's gone. We are no longer on Satan's earth. Unless we live yesterday. If we live yesterday, we go into the astral plane, because yesterday didn't exist. Tomorrow doesn't exist. It's just right now. We're present. So we can worry about something that isn't going to happen in the future, or we can think about something from the past, but somebody else can think about the past and remember something different. It's like that whole Magellan effect or whatever, the Mandela effect, where some people remember GIF and some remember Jiffy, some remember mirror on the wall. Other people remember looking glass on the wall. There's all the timelines are merging, and we're all merging in these different timelines now into the fifth dimension. So our job, guys, as light workers, as the intuition people, the Discovering Intuition Patreon group that we have, the Diamond Globe, it's our job to get out there and get people into alignment with their diamond selves. And it's the only way to do that is through planting seeds, knowledge, and awareness of ourselves. And then when people, yay, Laura, and giving us your money. Yeah, we need your money, like a lot of it. And these glasses, these $900 glasses weren't expensive enough. So I had to go and get these other $1,000. I'm just kidding. These were $10. What brand is this? Vince Cametto. They look expensive though, right? My Orange County friend's glasses. She left them with me. Anyways, okay, guys, I'm going to head to the office. I'm going to work on Patreon. I'm going to get everyone's houses cleared, the space set before class so we can start on time. And then, hey, Tatiana. And then everything will be all set, ready to go at 6. We'll go from like 6 to like 7:15ish, 7:30. And then after that, whoever just paid the $1 to come to class, you can just sign off and be done with it. Which is actually what a lot of people would probably enjoy because they don't want to sit there and chit chat and talk. So it's almost like a better world for everyone because some people are just like, were we gonna meditate? It's like, yeah, but we're talking and I'm channeling and I'm getting downloads. So what I'm going to do is save the downloads for the end. And then we'll all the people that want to stay and talk and learn, we won't be holding the other people captive before, just so they can get their meditation done and they won't be falling asleep and stuff like that. So anyways, you guys check out my post on intuition living that I did about negative ion hair dryers. And Marla says she gets her downloads when she vacuums. So I'm determined that there's negative ions in a vacuum cleaner. I love the chit chat too, Laura. It's because you're a snake like me, I think. Hey, Lisa, wait, why? Hopefully, hey, if it's a money thing, call Missy over here. She'll tell you to F off and then she'll send you the code. I'm just kidding. Oh, off to bed? Okay. Rachel, is this the Rachel that was feeling guilty? If it is, get over it. I learned so much from the chatting. Have you heard about? Okay, Lisa, the reason why you stay up late and can't fall asleep is because you have so many tendrils connected to you to other people. Get a negative ion mat and sit on it. Or also the, by the way, the Rachel that feels guilty is the whole reason why I set boundaries. And my life is like 5,000 times better today. So because of you, the adversary, you're in the adversary group. There's the people that kind of like rub you or push you to become a better person. And you guys are actually an integral, like the most important part of our soul group. That's why you think that you don't know anything or feel anything, because it's kind of your job to like be like, I can't feel anything or see anything. So other people will be like, no, but you can. And it makes them better people and it makes you a better person. So Jennifer, you're one of them too. But it's different for everyone. So you play a different role. Hydrogen to drink. What was that? Drink hydrogen? So anyways, the person that can't sleep, I want you to just say 0 and pull yourself into your 0 self. And you'll just go there automatically. And then say, show me like one of those, like, the sharper image balls, where you put your hands on the glass and it goes, the electricity goes over. Say, show me one of those like sharper image, like globes with the electricity. And then just say, that is now me. Show me what it looks like. And you'll see like zillions of those things coming out of you. And then all I want you to do is just imagine that you're hitting a little switch on that thing that says 0, and everything's going to go and suck back into you. And you can imagine it outside of you or inside of you, and just pull all of the tendrils back in. And I'm going to wrap around it like unconditional love, peace, hope, faith. Generosity is wrapped around it. So as you pull in, your obligation to be generous with giving away your own energy will be destroyed. And that's good, because you don't want to be obligated subconsciously. You can want to do it. Obligation bad. Okay. And then you're going to sleep like a baby. I want to hear about your sleep tomorrow though. Okay. Let me know. All right, guys, I will be going to the office now. Yes, it is 45% pharmaceutical grade. Ooh, I want some. You say pharmacy, I say like, I like my pharmaceuticals. Actually, I'm down from 32 milligrams to 1 milligram of my medication. And that's like huge, guys. That's like huge, because I want to be. Okie dokie. See you guys at class tonight. Come to class. If money's an issue, just let us know. Okay. I will talk to you later. Hey, and everybody, Jennifer had a baby. Jennifer had a baby. Jennifer Anderson had the baby, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer did. And Emily. They both had babies like one day apart, right?
Emily?
Yeah.
Lucia?
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't even know she was pregnant. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I saw the baby before she was pregnant. But anyways, we have 2 intuition babies here. We need to do ultrasounds. Yeah. Okay. But I don't want to like tune into the baby's energy. Sue, Audrey told you yesterday not to mess with the chairs. Hopefully she didn't say it in an Audrey way, because I've been feeling like maybe I'm like, oh my God, I hope that didn't hurt her feelings. So anyways, I'm going to call you on the way to work. I just don't have your number in my awesome new phone. Check this out, guys. This is a 3D phone. It films in 3D, and it is the best camera on the market, made by a company called Hydrogen Red. Funny, someone just told me to drink hydrogen. Sweet. Yeah, awesome phone. Okay, but it doesn't have anyone's phone number in it, and I like it that way. So I will talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye, Glenn. See you later. You're coming later, right? Okay. One thing we learned about infinity, Glenn, was that we need to untwist the infinity, because the infinity is stuck right here on a lot of people, and that's the tree of knowledge. And we're in there trying to learn, and we think it's infinite, but we're not really going anywhere. So when we untwist it, it pops open like a ring, and then we're in our ring of compassion around our head. And then when we ascend, it goes right here. It goes like that. And then it goes up, and then it's like Noah's Ark spinning on the top of our head. Anyways, I'll untwist yours, Glenn. You've given me permission to heal you for it. My whole neck just cracked, Glenn. Whoa. Yes. I love Glenn. Of course he's an ox. That's why I love you so much, Glenn. That's why I can say that and not sound like I'm hitting on you. Poof, he says, gone yet. All that crap just went. And compassion, we learned on Saturday. Calcium is lack of calcium is lack of compassion. The compassion river is right here. It's that little trampoline I have you guys jump through. The little trampoline is actually the soft spot on your head. You bounce, you go down, you go into your compassion bath, bounce back up. But if you're low on calcium, that's people with the thyroid issues, because they have lack of compassion. So anyways, we're working on rebuilding Audrey's left side of her thyroid right now. And once we perfect it, I will start trying it on other people. But, she's losing weight, so it's good. All right, see you guys later in class. I'm gonna go now and get rained on, and my curls are gonna fall out, but it's all good. How do I turn this off? Okay. I love you guys. Bye. Oh, and if you don't have the money to come tonight, and you're like a dollar person, and you're like, I really feel like I have something to contribute, just tell us. Like everyone's getting all flipped out about the money stuff. You know that half of the Patreon money is scholarship money. So, and then also we need help with the newspaper. I don't know how to do one of those. We need help with Intuition Live TV. We need help with editing. We need help with people to just watch content and say cut from 20-minute to 24-minute. People to write descriptions for stuff. So if you don't have any money, if you're like a broke ass biatch or dude and you just can't afford class, then just trade with me and just come to class and we can work something out. I have everybody that comes in person doesn't pay, they trade. So I don't care about the money. I just want to get this stuff out to the world. Okay.